Good afternoon. It is Friday, and it is definitely the highlight of my Friday, if not my entire week. We're going to do a meet and greet with one of the adorable adoptable pets at the Sacramento SPCA. This is Wags and Whiskers, and I have been oohing and awing over our guest this week. What
Oh,
is her name?
this is Tiger. She is the sweetest little love in the world. You can just give her hugs and she'll lean on you all day.
I see that. Oh, look at that. Look at her nuzzle up into your neck.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, she's adorable.
Uh-huh.
Now, how old is Tiger, and do you know much of her backstory and how she came to be at the Sacramento SPCA?
Yes, so Tiger is 8 years old. She doesn't act like she's 8 years old, though. She definitely has a good amount of energy for her senior self. And she actually came to us because it's kind of a sad story. But so her previous owner, she actually came in with two other dogs, and they were her daughters. The previous owner had passed away, and the neighbor was taking care of them. But the neighbor had like 8 or 9 other dogs and couldn't keep them, so he surrendered them to us.
Oh, that is sad. But thank goodness that you're there to help not just the owners when they get into these situations, but to give the pets a better life and a better home than what their
Yeah,
previous owners could give them.
definitely.
Now, she's a pit bull. I can tell. I don't know that much about dog breeds, but I can tell a pit bull when I see one. And I have to say, pit bulls are kind of known for being aggressive, fighting dogs, and this one is just a cuddler and a love.
Oh yeah, so that whole fighting dog, regressive dog, pit bull is kind of a myth. People unfortunately bred them to be these horrible fighters and things like that, but they're actually very loyal, very sweet and loving dogs. So as you can see, Miss Tiger over here is just sitting entirely on my lap, just loving on me, giving me kisses. And they're actually my favorite breed because they are so loving and like affectionate. So yeah, definitely not a scary, mean, aggressive dog at all.
Well, and that's just amazing that such a loving, sweet, kind. I mean, look at her. She's just sitting there, cuddled up in your armpit, smiling from ear to ear. It's amazing that such a sweet, lovable breed would be bred for such a horrible thing.
Oh,
So
it's horrible. And
sad.
if I took my mask on, she would lick my face all over. She's already been trying to sneak them in on my neck over here, but she totally wants to. Oh, look, she's licking my hand.
Well, I love when she looks straight at the camera. She is literally smiling from ear to ear. She has the best smile.
So we walked past her daughter Snowflake that's in the kennels also. And it
Yeah.
was so funny because she was actually smiling. She was so excited. Like her teeth were like
Oh
smiling at
my
us.
goodness, that's adorable. If you're just joining us, this is Wags and Whiskers with the Sacramento SPCA, and we are meeting a beautiful pit bull named Tiger, who, as you can see, is the sweetest dog in the world, and she is needing a home, her forever home. So we're going to give you some more information here in just a second. But if you have a question about Tiger specifically, about pit bulls as a breed, about the adoption process of the Sacramento SPCA, just feel free to drop a comment in the box there, and we'll just go ahead and ask while we've got some time here. And if you just want to show some love to Tiger, you can drop a little heart in there or a thumbs up. I don't know that I've ever seen a dog more content to just sit there and soak up
Oh
the
my goodness. Yeah, so I don't know if you remember from last week, we had AJ, who was the complete opposite of Tiger here. AJ was walking all over the room and roaming around, but he actually got adopted. So that's wonderful news.
Oh, yeah. Well, now what do you know about AJ's new family?
I don't know too much about AJ's family. I think she might have gotten adopted on a day that I wasn't working. But yeah, I'm sure she went to a loving home.
Oh, Cheryl just dropped a smiley face and a little heart. Yes, I am absolutely in love with the smiley face that Tiger has. I mean, how could you have a bad day looking at that? Getting cuddles. I was going to tell you, I actually helped a friend, and because we were talking about breeds and kind of what they're known for, and I want to get to what pit bulls are known for besides being very loyal and affectionate. But I helped a friend walk his dog a couple of days ago, an Irish setter. And oh my goodness, I was like, if I ever need a dog to go running with me, this is the dog because I can barely keep up. Is that a trait of Irish setters? And then more specifically, what kind of a family would be the best fit for a dog that's a pit bull? Like Tiger?
Yeah, so Irish setters, they're sporting dogs. So yeah, they're definitely higher energy. You'll need to have long walks or even runs with them. But the sporting dogs and like herding dogs, like border collies and Shelties, they all have a lot of energy because they're used to like herding livestock and things like that. So they definitely will need long walks and runs. As for Miss Tiger here, she would actually be great. It says older kids only, but she's so calm right now. I feel like she would be great with a family with like younger kids. She would be good with like seniors, and she's actually qualifies for our senior to senior program, which means that we waive that adoption fee if you're 65 years and older, and she's totally free to take home.
That's so fantastic. So if you know an older person that maybe is just needing some companionship, I mean, we all need companionship during this pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like especially our seniors, because they're in a higher risk group for COVID, are even more isolated and even more in need of that interaction and that companionship. So please share this video with someone you know that could use a friend. Oh my goodness, I'm in love.
No.
I've got my cat Nestor sitting on my lap. You probably can't see him because he's out of the range of the camera. But, you know, he was a rescue. And I was going to ask you this about, because we haven't really covered too much about that whole adjustment process when you bring a pet home to their new home, their new forever home from the shelter. Now, I remember my cat Nestor was very, like, he hid for a couple of days. He would growl. He was just very unsettled. And it was hard to get him to calm down and finally accept that this was his home. What do you guys recommend when someone's bringing a new pet home?
So bringing a new pet home, if you have other animals, I would say definitely keep them separate for the first few weeks or however long it takes for them to feel comfortable in their new home. Just give them their own space that they can retreat to. Like for your cat Nestor, oh, there she goes. She gets a treat. For your cat Nestor, like if you brought him home and set up like a separate room for him, that he can retreat to and get comfortable around that area first. And then once he starts coming out a little bit more, then you can let him open up the whole house to him or however big of a space you want to allow him to go towards. So definitely slow introductions. And we actually have this rule here called the 3 rule. It's specifically for dogs, but it can apply to cats too. So basically after 3 days when you take your dog or cat home, they're probably going to need some time to decompress. So they'll be sleeping a lot. They probably were a little bit stressed out being here at the shelter, so they'll need those 3 days to rest. And then after 3 weeks, they start to show a little bit more of their personality. So if they're really shy, a shut down dog at the shelter, they'll start coming out a little bit more, showing a little bit more interaction with you. Oh, she's calling me for some more treats.
That's adorable.
After 3 months is when you'll see the true personality of the dog that you brought home. So they'll be 100% comfortable with you, and you'll have your dog or your cat for the rest of the time that they're with you.
Yeah, I remember my cat Nestor. They told me when I went to go pick him up that he was an escape artist. He had actually figured out how to let himself out of the cage.
Oh my goodness!
And he was hiding. And then, like 15 minutes before I showed up to pick him up, he just kind of sauntered out, yawning, and hopped back in the cage.
That's so funny. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. I think they know. I think on some level they know this is the shelter is a transitionary place, and I think it just takes them a while to just like trust that this is their forever home when they do go to their new home.
Definitely, yeah, I would totally agree.
Oh, now what were the snacks that you were feeding? And I was also going to ask about snacks because that's something that we've noticed with the cats here at the house lately. They have been begging more and more. And I don't know if they're feeling the stress from the pandemic, but you know they've been begging for treats a lot more. And we've been giving them treats on demand, but I feel like this is not going to end well. So what do you recommend when treating pets, especially when they're so adorable and you want to?
Yeah, so you definitely don't want to give treats just because or randomly. You kind of want to reward them for having a certain behavior. So like Tiger right here, she's sitting nice for me. She's calm. She's not pawing me for treats. So that would be a good time to go ahead and give her some more treats.
Oh,
And that way you can teach them something like a desired behavior you want, like sitting or staying, something like that. And that way they don't get loaded up on treats either and gain too many pounds.
Oh, so now she's playing the adorable card.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Well,
if you and once again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments, and we'll go ahead and ask the Sacramento SPCA anything specifically about Tiger or about the adoption process. You can go to their website and you can see all the adoptable pets, but that's also where you can make an appointment to come visit Tiger. Now with COVID, things are a little bit different. So you do have to make an appointment to go see and meet any of the animals, see if it's a good fit for your family and your personality. But if you're interested at all in Tiger, I feel like Tiger's going to get a home fast. So I feel like if you're interested in Tiger, you need to move on that.
Yes, come on and go to our website, sspca.org/dogs. And then you'll see Tiger's picture up there. You can fill out an application for her. And then one of our adoption counselors will be in contact with you to schedule an appointment to meet her.
Yes. And once again, if you know a senior that needs a pet, the adoption fee is waived for seniors. So this would be a great way to give some companionship and love to someone who may be feeling a little bit isolated during these times. So share this video, and thank you once again. Thank you for introducing us to Tiger and for all the great information. I look forward to this every week.
Oh, yes, us too. Thank you.
And keep us updated. I want to know about the family that adopts Tiger and takes her home, or perhaps older person. I want to know what the next chapter in her story is.
We'll definitely let you know next week, because I'm thinking she'll probably be out of here by the week.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, thank you again, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, Tiger.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye. Love it.